Hello, everyone. My name is JC Sanchez, and today I will be doing a relationship analysis based on my relationship with my boyfriend, Eric. So, in this relationship analysis, I will include 5 concepts, which I will explain and mention each concept as I go. And after the concepts, I will explain how communication has played a role in the ups and downs of our relationship. I will also be doing a short skit type of way to show our norms of how we communicate verbally or non-verbally. I don't know how you would put it. Okay, so first I'm going to reflect my relationship on how it influences my life. So my relationship with Eric brings me happiness, it brings me calmness, but most of all it brings me security. So I don't know how, but he manages to bring me so much security on the way that he not only invests his time in me, but he also invests his time with my family, people whom he knows are very important to me. So, like, let's say he goes to the store and I tell him, like, oh, bring me chips. He not only brings me chips, he brings chips for my sisters and drinks for my parents. Like, he takes into account these people that are important to me, which means everything to me. And that's the security, happiness that brings overall in my life. And then the way that he influences my life is that any type of decision making I do, I take him into consideration. So, like, for example, if I was to move to another state, I would talk to him about it. Like, okay, how is this going to work? Are you going to leave with me? Or how are we going to work long distance? Like, I always take him into consideration because part of me feels like I owe him that. Like, part of me feels that I owe him an explanation for us to work out because he's my partner. I see him as my soulmate. He's my other half. So that's the way that I reflect our relationship and the way that it influences my life. So now I will go on to explain the first concept of self-disclosure. So self-disclosure means internal revelation of personal information about ourselves that others are unlikely to discover in other ways. So in the beginning, I almost self-disclosed immediately. I told him absolutely everything. Like, this is what's going on in my life. This is what I'm looking for. If you can't provide it, then you could leave. And he self-asserted, or self-disclosed, in a way where he told me he was interested. He told me he wanted something serious. And he told me everything personal, but not all the way. So, like, he limited himself in certain aspects. And I don't know, it's like in a way where an example is like, let's suppose he told me he was from Honduras, a different country. He didn't self-disclose where immediately where, oh yeah, his legal status, whether he was here legally or illegally, like he just said, I was like, oh, I'm not from here, I'm from a different country. And that's it. Like, he didn't self-disclose everything from, oh yeah, I have this going on and this and that, and that's how I got here, and etc., etc. He limited himself to some certain type of way. The second concept I have is when we have arguments. So when we argue, his mindset is this is a concept, win or lose. So it's where he thinks there's only a right or wrong answer, or when I'm right, he's wrong, or he's right and I'm wrong. And it's always been like that. He just can't get out of that type of mindset where he's like, no, it's a win-lose. There's no win-win. While on the other hand, this is the third concept, that I am a win-win type of person. I'm like, okay, well, this could work out and we could both gain together. Something that has been very, like, difficult to balance, but we've managed to. And then let's suppose that I don't agree with what he's saying with the win-lose mindset. I would go on, and this is the fourth concept, feeling the need for resolution after conflict of either goals, preferences, or decisions. So I would normally be the one to say sorry, but let's suppose that I'm not the one to say sorry this time because I'm just hardcore, you're wrong, and I feel like we could both win in this. He would come. So eventually it's like we could have an argument and not talk all day, but he'll come along like the next day or that same day, not even let me know that he's coming to my house, and say, like, you know what, like, we need to work things out. So we always have the need of working things out. We don't let things just go left. If it's not me, it's him. If it's not him, it's me. Like, we're always wanting to work things out, which brings to the fact that there is, give me a quick second. There is some type of loyalty there, which I just lost the concept of. So there's loyalty here. Like, we are committed to our relationship. We want to work things out. I know there's a concept of loyalty, but we want and have the need of just, working out, making it better, continuing, being good. Like, it's just a commitment that we have where we don't want to give up on a relationship, where it's just you, me, always, and we will deal with our differences and just make it work. So, yeah, I guess that's what it means. Now, the way our communication has been is, like I said, it has been effective and ineffective on and off throughout our relationship, but we have managed to balance it. So the problem is that I communicate too much. I tend to burst things out. Like, I'm like, okay, this is what I feel and I'm sorry. And I sometimes say it inappropriately in inappropriate situations. And there's times where he just communicates too little. And I have to push him to say something, which eventually leads to, like, us talking. But now he's, like, learning to communicate on his own, and I'm learning to control my emotions. Now, I will explain our, how do you say it? I will explain our norms of what we do day to day. So, like, for example, I could go, and that means I want kisses. I want attention. And then he could start, like, biting me. Like, he could just come and, like, bite me. What am I? And that means he wants attention too. So, like, those are our norms. I don't know if you consider it verbal or nonverbal, but that's how our relationship works. I hope this was a sufficient relationship analysis, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you.